This is a test you took. So I corrected it, and I think you got 6 wrong. You told me you had 7, but there was one that was right that you counted wrong. So these are all the ones you got right when there's a check, and then when there isn't, that means that's one you got wrong. Now these little numbers, they're telling us what within that word is tricky about it.
Pretty much the ORs and ERs, like I said.
And but you got sailor right. One of the people in this class would have said, I think sailor is a hard word to spell. And I thought, I've never thought about that. But anyway, it has that pattern in it, and that's why they've highlighted what patterns in these words make them difficult. Well, you did really well in the, let me go to the back page. So there's 31 words on this test. You missed 6, but this shows where you had trouble with the pattern. We got 4 out of 5, that's pretty good. 9 out of 9, 7 out of 7, 7 out of 8, 8 out of 9. Now here,
pretty good.
These are all strong areas for you. Affixes and unaccented syllables. Oh, you did really well there too. Affixes, you got 6 out of 10. So that's an area again we're going to look at. It's a group of letters that appear at the ending of a word. So like T-I-O-N in question.
Well, I'm pretty good at like that, but it's more like the E-R-O-R. I can't really tell.
You know, you were very good at this. This is the one that I noticed, and I actually don't think you're very bad. I think you're pretty good at that one too. E-N-C-E versus A-N-C-E.
Yeah, that too.
That's tricky. They sound a little bit different. Ants. So, this is your little quiz we took with the spelling words. You know the thing, and when I correct this, I use this little guide that shows the patterns that you got wrong. Not just like the words, but what does that word have in common with another one that you got wrong? So, if there is a check here, that means you got it right. And so I put a check by the points that you get points for each one you get right. And then if you got one wrong, I circle the pattern that gave you problem. Well, there was no problem with these, pretty much no problem with these because you got 8 out of 9. I'm going to go to the next page because it just carries over. I can't get all 31 in one page. So 5 out of 5, 8 out of 9, 7 out of 7, 8 out of 8, 6 out of 9, and so these are unaccented syllables. We're not going to talk about those today, but that's an area that maybe by reviewing that and looking at some words, you can say, oh, that's what, when you hear another word like that, you'll say, oh, that's one of those weird unaccented syllables. I can, this pattern, I can spell it because I know the pattern. Affixes, do you remember what affixes are from really, okay, do you remember what a prefix is?
Nope.
Okay, when you were in elementary school, they taught you prefixes like S-H, C-H, and they come at the beginning of words. Affixes come at the end of words.
Okay.
But they're the same thing. They're like little patterns you see. That's 6 out of 10, so I think we're going to look at those a little bit. Okay, and then the other one was Greek and Latin roots. Do you know what I mean when I talk about Greek and Latin roots?
Mm-hmm.
So from the Greek and Latin language, a huge amount of our English words derive from Greek and Latin roots.
So I didn't get the chlor right?
The chlor.
I thought it, I don't know. I knew there was an H in there.
No, you put C-H, no L-O-R.
Oh, so I accidentally did that. Okay.
Well, you might have been because you were, maybe hurrying or something. Mm-hmm. So leave this stuff in here, all the tests we've taken. And what we're going to do is, these are the 30 most common occurring in English, Greek and Latin words. So like, these are the 30 that you see most often in English words. Then I added 5 more that were on our test. Okay, so what we're going to do today is, you and I are going to look at the Greek word, look at what it means, and try to think of a word in English that has that in it.
I'm doing this in Quartz's class too.
Really? So then you should be really good at
Mm-hmm.
this Quartz that I think alike. Okay, so AST means
Star.
Can you think of a word that starts with that has AST? And it could be in the middle of the word too.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of a word that starts in that? Say it out loud if you think of it.
Astronomy.
Yeah. Some of these are harder than other ones, and it means star. That one makes sense because this is the study of stars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's this one? Say that.
Body.
And it means?
Here. Audible.
Oh, you're lefty.
Mm-hmm.
I always notice that in students.
Automatic.
And it means self. Now, so why do you think, so what do you think the word automatic means if auto means self?
Like you have to do it yourself. No, you don't have to do it yourself.
It does it itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But today we're going to talk about Greek and Latin words. And you know that in the alphabet, in the English language, most words are taken from the Greek or Latin language. So if you know those little small Greek and Latin words, then you pretty much know what the word means or know how to spell it. So what I did was I made this little sheet. These are the 30 most common Greek occurring words in English. And then these are 5 more that I added because they were in the words that we did in the spelling list. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the word, this Greek word, we're going to say that, say what it means, then we're going to try to think of a word that we know that has that Greek word in it. Okay? Okay, so what's the first one?
Ast.
And what does it mean?
Star.
Can you think of a word that has AST in it?
Astronaut.
Astronaut, yeah. That's it. We haven't thought that one before. You have to write that there then. I'll help you spell it. ASTRO. I'm not a good speller. NAUT. Okay, so an astronaut is a guy who, you know, or a woman who goes up to the stars. So that makes sense.
Audio.
Audi, and it means,
Ear.
can you think of a word that has that in it?
Audio.
Yeah, very good. This is a way to practice your Greek and Latin roots. So you go to Quizlet, and you know we'll make sure that we get this finished another day. But if you go back, it says you can practice this several ways. I want you to practice it 2 ways, and then I want you to take the test. Okay, so you can. This is what I recommend. You have to use flashcards and learn. If I were you, I would do the learn document first, and it just talks about the different words and what they mean. And then I want you to do the flashcards. And on this one they give you the word, and then you have to match it.
Star.
Okay, so what is the Latin word for that? Do you remember? Begins with an A.
AST.
ASTA. Oh, good. So then once you think you got it, you click on this, and then it will flip. I'm sorry.
Here.
Oh, that's the mention. Sorry.
Star. S.
Oh, you're right. You were right. I added an A. Okay, so that's how you practice it. Then when you're all done, you need to go and do the test. And the test looks like this. Okay. Is Kayla with the book we're reading.